right, so we're diving deep into the world of sourcing customizable products today.
Oh, yeah.
Notebooks, planners, you name it. Sounds like you're looking for those suppliers who can really bring your vision to life.
It's a fun world.
It is exciting. But sourcing can be a bit of a jungle sometimes.
Oh, it can be. It really can.
Have you been there?
I have been there. I have definitely been lost in that jungle.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you sent over some incredible notes and articles, including this gem of an excerpt.
Yeah.
It's like getting insider advice from a sourcing veteran.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Equip you to avoid those sourcing disasters.
Right.
And find partners who will knock your socks off.
So are you ready to decode the secrets of sourcing like a pro?
I am. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
First things first, we all have that horror story of a supplier gone wrong.
We all have that.
You know the one where deadlines fly by, budgets explode, and you're left with a product that looks nothing like you imagined? It's enough to make you swear off custom products forever.
Yeah.
But this source is all about dodging those bullets.
Yeah.
And I am here for it.
They're right. Your supplier really is an extension of your business.
Okay.
So their success is your success. So, finding the right fit can totally be a game changer.
Okay, I love that. An extension of your business. It really shifts the perspective from just a transactional thing to a real partnership.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin with finding this dream team supplier?
Well, the source really stresses that before you even think about contacting a single supplier, you need laser-sharp clarity on what you need. Not just notebooks, but every single detail. The size, the paper quality, that unique binding you're dreaming of.
Honestly, defining every detail up front can feel a bit stifling. Doesn't that kill the creativity a little?
I hear you. But think of it this way. It's like building a house.
Okay.
You wouldn't start construction without blueprints, would you? Having a clear vision of what you want ensures that everyone is on the same page from day one. And it can actually boost creativity because your supplier can come up with innovative solutions based on your specific needs.
That makes total sense. I guess I've been guilty of thinking I could wing it, which, let's be honest, has led to some less than stellar results in the past.
Well, a recent survey actually found that 70% of businesses run into issues with their suppliers because of vague requirements. That's a lot of wasted time, money, and frustration.
Ouch. Those are some scary stats.
Yeah.
Okay, so lesson 1, crystal clear needs are the foundation of sourcing success. What comes next?
Once you've got your needs locked and the hunt for a quality-obsessed supplier begins, the market is flooded with options. But this source is all about finding those hidden gems who live and breathe quality.
I'm all for quality, but how can you tell if a supplier is truly committed to it? I mean, anyone can say they're the best, right?
True, but actions speak louder than words.
Okay.
The first clue is certifications. Look for things like ISO 901. Think of it like a quality seal of approval. It means a supplier has strict systems in place to ensure consistent quality. For custom products, it's especially vital because you're relying on their processes to bring your unique vision to life.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Certifications aren't just fancy letters. They're a sign that a supplier takes quality seriously. Are there any other signs we should be on the lookout for?
Absolutely. The source is a huge advocate for sample power.
Okay.
And I couldn't agree more. Always get samples. Especially for customized items, it's the ultimate test.
Yeah.
You're not just checking if the quality matches their claims.
Yeah.
You're seeing how they handle your specific design materials and customizations.
Samples are a fantastic way to get a sneak peek, but they can also be a bit of a hassle to get, especially for complex custom orders.
Yeah.
Is there a way to be strategic about it?
Yeah, you're right. You don't want to get bogged down requesting samples from every single supplier. Good approach is to narrow down your options based on certifications and initial conversations.
Okay.
Then focus your sample requests on the top contenders.
That's a great tip. And it saves everyone time and energy in the long run. So we've got certifications and samples covered. What's next on our sourcing checklist?
Next up, we're talking about delivery reliability.
Okay.
Imagine you found the perfect supplier. Quality is top-notch, communication is great, and then the product arrives late. Throwing your entire project off track, the source is clear, a fantastic product means nothing if it doesn't arrive on time and in perfect condition.
Oh, yes. Late deliveries are the worst. I once had a supplier completely miss a launch date because of a shipping fiasco.
Oh, no!
It was a nightmare.
no.
What can we do to avoid those delivery disasters?
The source has a handy checklist,
Okay.
and it all starts with transparency.
Oh, yeah.
Can they genuinely meet your deadlines without cutting corners?
Right?
Be wary of suppliers who overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
Dig deeper. Ask about their production capacity.
Okay.
Can they actually handle your order size?
Yeah.
Especially if you need customization.
Okay.
And don't forget about logistics. Do they have the experience and know how to handle shipping? Potential delays and the complexities of international shipping, if that's part of your plan.
Speaking of international shipping, that could be a real minefield. I remember reading a statistic that 40% of businesses had major issues with late deliveries.
Right.
And a lot of it was tied to international shipping snafus.
Right. It's a common pain point. That's why it's so crucial to find a supplier who's got a solid track record and understands the ins and outs of global logistics. They should be able to provide realistic lead times and have contingency plans in place for unexpected hiccups.
Okay. So we've tackled quality and delivery. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, cost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for finding a great partner.
Right.
But let's be real. Budget is always a factor.
Of course.
How do we find that sweet spot between getting a great deal
Right.
and not compromising on quality and reliability?
That's where the source's advice on cost versus value comes in. It's so easy to get caught up in chasing the lowest price.
Oh, yeah.
But as the saying goes, you often get what you pay for.
I've learned that lesson the hard way. Thinking you're saving money only to be hit with hidden costs or shoddy products down the line is not fun.
It's definitely not fun. It's about looking beyond the initial price tag.
Okay.
And considering the total value proposition, comparing quotes from different suppliers. But if a price seems unbelievably low, proceed with caution. It might be too good to be true.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, focus on calculating the total value factor and the quality of materials, the level of customization they offer, and the all-important after-sales service.
After-sales service. What does that usually include?
Think of it like the safety net for your sourcing journey.
Okay.
Good after-sales service can include things like troubleshooting any issues that arise, handling replacements if products are damaged, or even making design tweaks down the line if your needs change.
That makes sense. Sometimes spending a bit more upfront for a supplier who offers excellent support and has a solid track record can save you mountains of headaches and money in the long run. It's like investing in a relationship, not a one-night stand.
Precisely. You want a supplier who is invested in your success, not just trying to make a quick buck. And that brings us to another crucial factor. And I think this is where things can really make or break a sourcing partnership communication. The source emphasizes that good communication isn't just a nice to have, it's a must have.
Oh, communication is everything. I can't tell you how many times I've run into problems because of miscommunication, or even worse, a lack of communication.
Yeah.
What are some red flags we should be watching out for?
The source calls out a few key warning signs. First, slow or vague responses.
Okay.
If a supplier takes forever to get back to you or their answers are evasive, that's a major red flag. Second, are they being secretive?
Okay.
If they're hesitant to share certifications or details about their production process, run for the hills.
Okay.
And finally, are they all talk and no action? Anyone can make promises, but look for evidence to back up their claims.
It's like the source wants to feel like the supplier is as invested in the project as they are.
Right.
Bad communication is a big sign that they're not.
Exactly.
So we've covered defining needs, finding quality-obsessed suppliers,
Yes.
ensuring reliable delivery, weighing cost versus value, and prioritizing clear communication.
Yeah.
What's next on our sourcing adventure?
The source has one more brilliant piece of advice before you take the plunge with a big order.
Okay.
The pilot test.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this pilot test. What does it involve?
Instead of going all in with a massive order, start with a smaller batch
Okay.
to get a feel for how the supplier performs in real-world conditions. Pay close attention to a few things. First, quality consistency.
Okay.
Does the final product match the sample you received and the specifications you outlined?
Okay.
Second, timeline adherence. Do they deliver when they promised? And finally, how do they handle hiccups? Do they communicate clearly, problem solve effectively, and work collaboratively to find solutions? This will give you a glimpse into how they'll handle larger challenges down the line.
That's such a smart approach.
Yeah.
It's like a mini dress rehearsal before the big show. It seems so obvious now, but I've definitely been guilty of skipping this step in the past.
And let's just say it hasn't always ended well.
We've all been there.
Oh,
The source actually shared a case study that really highlights the importance of this pilot test.
okay.
They were working with a client sourcing custom journals,
Okay.
and the client was initially drawn to a supplier with rock-bottom prices.
Oh, I can see where this is going. The allure of a bargain can be hard to resist.
It can be. But thankfully, they decided to do a pilot test first. And guess what? The quality was subpar, the delivery was delayed, and the communication was a nightmare.
Oh, no.
Bullet dodged.
Bullet dodged.
They ended up going with a slightly pricier supplier who aced the pilot test and turned out to be a long-term winner,
Okay.
thanks to consistent quality reliability and excellent communication. Wow, that's a perfect example of why taking those extra steps to really evaluate a supplier can pay off big time. It's better to invest a little more upfront than end up with a mountain of unusable products and a major headache.
Couldn't agree more. It's about playing the long game. And to help you keep track of all these key metrics, the source has a handy recap of what to measure for each stage of the evaluation process: quality, delivery cost, communication, and certifications. Think of it like a checklist for sourcing success.
I love a good checklist. This is all starting to feel a lot less overwhelming now that we've broken it down.
Good.
But you know what? I think it's time for a quick breather. We've covered a lot of ground already, from defining needs to the all-important pilot test. And I want to give our listeners a chance to absorb all of this valuable information. We'll be back soon to continue our deep dive into sourcing customizable products like a pro.
Welcome back
To our sourcing deep dive. So we've covered a lot of ground already,
We have.
from defining your needs to that
Yeah.
crucial pilot test. But I'm ready to keep going.
Great, because sourcing isn't a one-and-done deal. It's an ongoing process,
Right.
that requires you to stay engaged
Yeah.
and keep refining your approach as you go.
You've got to stay flexible and adaptable,
Correct.
especially in today's market.
Exactly. And that brings us to a point the source emphasizes: building genuine partnerships with your suppliers. It's about going beyond that transactional vendor relationship and fostering a true collaboration
Sure.
where both sides benefit.
I love that idea of a true partnership.
Yeah.
But how do we actually cultivate that kind of relationship with a supplier?
Well, it starts with the foundation we've already talked about.
Okay.
Clear and open communication.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to share your vision for the product, your expectations, and even the challenges you're facing.
It's about bringing them into the fold
Right.
and making them feel like they're part of your team.
Exactly. And it's a two-way street.
Okay.
Be receptive to their input as well. Remember, they are the experts in their field. So listen to their suggestions and be willing to compromise when it makes sense.
Sometimes the best ideas come from unexpected places.
Absolutely. And never underestimate the power of a simple thank you or a positive review. A little appreciation can go a long way in building goodwill and strengthening that partnership.
It's about treating them with the same respect and recognition that you'd want from any valued partner.
Right. Now, beyond communication, being proactive in addressing issues is another key ingredient for successful partnership.
Don't let problems fester or snowball into bigger issues.
Exactly. If there's a delay, a quality concern, or any other hiccup, communicate it to your supplier promptly and work together to find a solution.
It's about tackling challenges head-on with a collaborative spirit.
Remember, building trust takes time.
Yeah.
It's not something that happens overnight.
No.
Be patient, consistent, and demonstrate your commitment to the partnership. Over time, you'll develop a strong and reliable working relationship.
So we've talked about clear communication, mutual respect, and proactive problem solving as the cornerstones
Yes.
of a solid supplier partnership.
Yeah.
What else does the source highlight as being crucial for success in this arena?
The source brings up a quality I think is essential in any partnership, but especially when it comes to sourcing flexibility.
Flexibility. Why is that so important when working with suppliers?
Because in the world of business, and especially when dealing with custom products, things rarely go exactly according to plan.
Oh, I know that all too well.
Right.
There are always unexpected twists and turns. Delays pop up, materials become unavailable. It's a constant dance of adapting and adjusting.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's why a rigid, inflexible approach
Yeah.
just won't cut it in today's dynamic business environment.
So how do we embrace flexibility without compromising our standards
Right.
and the vision for our product?
It's about finding that sweet spot
Okay.
between holding on to your core requirements and being open to alternative solutions when they make sense.
Give me a real-world example
Sure.
of what that flexibility might look like.
Let's say you've sourced a specific type of eco-friendly paper for your custom notebooks. But due to supply chain issues,
Uh-oh.
it's suddenly become unavailable.
Oh, that's a scenario I'm all too familiar with.
Yeah,
Supply chain disruptions have become the norm these days.
they have. So instead of digging in your heels and refusing to budge, approach your supplier with a collaborative problem-solving mindset.
I like that. Instead of pointing fingers, it's about saying, hey, I understand this is a tough situation,
Yeah.
but let's explore some other options together.
Exactly. Maybe there's a comparable paper stock they can source. Or perhaps they have some innovative ideas for adjusting the design slightly to accommodate a different material.
It's about being solution-oriented and remembering that you're both on the same team.
And remember, flexibility goes both ways. If your supplier needs a little leeway on a deadline or a slight adjustment to the order quantity, try to be understanding. As long as it doesn't compromise your core needs or put your business at risk, a little give and take can go a long way in strengthening the partnership.
Flexibility, communication, respect. It sounds like building a solid supplier relationship has a lot in common with building any strong relationship.
You're absolutely right. It's about open communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to be flexible and supportive.
And those same qualities are essential for navigating any unexpected challenges that might arise.
Exactly. It's about viewing challenges as opportunities to collaborate and find creative solutions together.
This has been so insightful.
Yeah.
I feel like we've really cracked the code on building those win-win supplier partnerships. But before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, I want to touch on a topic that I think is incredibly important, but often gets overlooked in sourcing discussions: ethics.
Yes, ethical sourcing is absolutely crucial. It's about ensuring that our supply chains are responsible and sustainable. Yeah.
From start to finish.
It's about knowing that the products we're creating are made with respect for both people and the planet.
That means taking steps to ensure fair labor practices, safe working conditions, and environmental responsibility throughout the entire production process.
No sweatshops or cutting corners when it comes to environmental regulations.
Exactly. And it's not just about ticking boxes or complying with the bare minimum regulations. It's about going above and beyond to do the right thing, even when no one is watching.
So how can we as business owners incorporate ethical considerations into our sourcing decisions? Where do we even begin?
It starts with asking the right questions. Don't be afraid to dig deep into a supplier's practices and policies.
Ask about their labor policies, their environmental footprint, and their commitment to social responsibility.
Look for certifications like Fairtrade B Corp or GOTS, Global Organic Textile Standard. These certifications provide third-party verification that a supplier is meeting certain ethical standards. It's like having a stamp of approval from an organization dedicated to holding businesses accountable for their ethical practices.
Exactly. But don't just rely on certifications alone. Do your own research. Visit factories if possible, and talk to workers directly. It's about being proactive and holding your suppliers accountable for their actions.
It's about being informed and engaged throughout the entire process.
And remember, ethical sourcing isn't just about avoiding bad practices. It's about actively seeking out and supporting suppliers who are leading the way in creating a more just and sustainable world.
It's about using our purchasing power to make a positive impact.
Exactly. Look for suppliers who are innovating in areas like waste reduction, renewable energy, and fair labor practices. By supporting these companies, we can help to drive positive change throughout the entire industry.
So as we embark on our sourcing journey, remember that ethical considerations should be at the forefront of our decision-making.
It's not just about finding the cheapest or most efficient supplier. It's about finding a partner who aligns with your values and who is committed to creating a better world.
Expert speaker. This has been an incredibly insightful conversation.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, from the nitty-gritty details of evaluating suppliers to the broader principles of building strong partnerships and prioritizing ethical sourcing. But before we jump into the final part of our deep dive, I want to take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far, and perhaps delve a little deeper into some of the specific challenges and opportunities that come with sourcing these types of products you gain.
Absolutely. Let's take a moment to synthesize what we've covered and explore some of the nuances of sourcing customizable products. After all, these aren't your run-of-the-mill, off-the-shelf items. They require a special level of attention and collaboration with suppliers.
Exactly. So reflecting on our conversation so far, what stands out to you as the most crucial aspects of sourcing customizable products?
For me, it all boils down to communication and trust. Because you're dealing with unique specifications, design elements, and often intricate production processes. That open line of communication with your supplier is paramount.
It's not just about placing an order and waiting for the goods to arrive.
It's about ongoing dialogue,
Yeah.
sharing ideas, and working together to ensure that the final product truly reflects your vision.
And trust plays a huge role in that equation.
Absolutely. You need to trust that your supplier understands your needs, that they have the skills and expertise to execute your vision,
Right.
and that they'll be honest and transparent throughout the process.
And building that trust takes time, effort, and consistent communication.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating your commitment to the partnership
Okay.
and showing that you value their input and expertise.
Now let's talk about some of the specific challenges that come with sourcing customizable products.
Okay.
What are some of the hurdles that our listeners might encounter?
One common challenge is managing expectations. Okay.
Because you're dealing with a unique product, there's often a higher degree of complexity involved.
And that can lead to misunderstandings or misaligned expectations.
Right.
Everyone isn't crystal clear on what's being created.
Exactly. It's crucial to be extremely clear about your specifications,
Okay.
your design files, and your quality standards right from the start.
Don't leave anything to chance or assume that your supplier will just get it.
Right. Provide detailed mock-ups,
Okay.
use precise language,
Okay.
and be sure to confirm all the details with your supplier before moving forward with production.
It's much easier to iron out wrinkles in the design phase than to try to fix problems once production is already underway.
Absolutely. And it's also a good idea to establish clear communication protocols from the get-go.
Okay.
So everyone knows how often to check in, what channels to use for communication, and who the key contact people are on both sides. Exactly. That way, everyone's on the same page. And there's less room for miscommunication or delays. Another challenge that I've definitely encountered with customizable products is quality control.
Yeah.
Because you're not dealing with a standardized product.
Right.
There's more potential for variation or defects to slip through the cracks.
That's a great point. It's essential to have a robust quality control process in place
Okay.
at every stage of the production process.
This might involve requesting pre-production samples,
Yeah.
conducting on-site inspections, or even having a third-party quality assurance firm involved.
The key is to catch any issues early on,
Right.
before they become major problems that are expensive or time-consuming to fix.
And don't be afraid to be picky.
Right.
You're paying for a custom product, so make sure it meets your exact specifications
Yes.
and quality standards.
Absolutely. You have the right to demand excellence.
Now, despite the challenges, sourcing customizable products also presents some incredible opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
It's not all headaches and hurdles.
Right. Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest advantages is that you can create a product that truly sets you apart from the competition.
Okay.
It's your chance to unleash your creativity
Yeah.
and bring your unique vision to life in a way that simply isn't possible with mass-produced goods.
You can tailor the product to your specific target market, incorporate your brand identity,
Yeah.
and offer features and functionality that no one else has.
It's about creating a product that's not only high quality, but also truly distinctive and memorable.
It's about creating something that your customers will love
Right.
and that will help you stand out in a crowded marketplace.
Exactly. Another opportunity that customizable products offer is the ability to build stronger customer relationships.
Oh, yeah.
When you offer a product that's personalized or tailored to their specific needs, it shows that you care and that you're willing to go the extra mile.
It creates a sense of connection and loyalty that's hard to replicate with mass-produced goods.
And in today's competitive marketplace, those strong customer relationships are more valuable than ever.
They are the foundation of any successful business.
Right.
So despite the challenges, sourcing customizable products can be an incredibly rewarding experience.
It can.
It allows you to express your creativity,
Yes.
differentiate your brand,
Yes.
and build deeper connections with your customers.
But it requires careful planning, open communication,
Right.
and a strong partnership with your supplier.
Expert speaker. I think we've laid a fantastic foundation for understanding the ins and outs of sourcing customizable products.
We've covered the essentials,
Yeah.
the challenges, and the opportunities.
But now I'm curious to dive into some real-world examples
Okay.
to see how these principles play out in practice.
Let's explore some case studies
Okay.
that highlight the successes and the lessons learned by businesses who've navigated this exciting world of customizable products.
Sounds like a plan. But you know what? We're running a bit short on time for this segment. I think we should take a quick break and come back for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll delve into some fascinating case studies and explore how businesses have successfully brought their customizable product visions to life. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back and ready to wrap up this deep dive
Yes, we are.
into sourcing customizable products. We've covered the essential principles, the potential pitfalls, the exciting opportunities, but now let's bring it all to life with some real-world examples.
Absolutely. I love a good case study.
Me too.
It's always so helpful to see how these concepts actually play out in practice and learn from the successes and challenges of others who've walked this path.
So let's dive into our first case study, a company called Scribble and Dot.
Okay.
They specialize in creating custom notebooks and journals for businesses and individuals. And they've built a thriving business by focusing on quality personalization and top-notch customer service. Notebooks and journals. Those are products I can definitely relate to. What's the secret sauce behind Scribble and Dot's success?
Well, their story really highlights the transformative power of choosing the right suppliers and building strong partnerships.
Okay.
Scribble and Dot actually started out by sourcing their materials and production from a variety of different suppliers.
Yeah.
They thought this would give them more flexibility and leverage.
Spreading the risk and all that.
Exactly. It seems like a good idea in theory,
Yeah.
but they quickly realized that this approach was leading to inconsistencies in quality and major headaches when it came to coordinating deliveries.
I can imagine. That sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It was. They were constantly dealing with delays, miscommunications, and variations in product quality. It was taking a toll on their business and their stress levels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So what did they do to turn things around?
They decided to make a bold move and consolidate their sourcing. They partnered with a single supplier who could handle all aspects of production, from sourcing raw materials to printing, binding, and packaging.
Wow, that's a big shift, going from multiple suppliers to putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak. What gave them the confidence to make that leap?
They didn't just jump in blindly. They spent months carefully vetting potential suppliers, visiting factories, reviewing samples, and scrutinizing their quality control processes.
Okay,
They wanted to be absolutely sure they were finding a partner they could trust.
that makes sense. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. You have to be willing to do the legwork to find that perfect fit.
Exactly. And their hard work paid off. They found a supplier who shared their commitment to excellence, a partner who was willing to go the extra mile to meet their specific needs, and who was dedicated to continuous improvement.
That's awesome. It sounds like they found a true partner, not just a...
Precisely. And that shift to a single trusted supplier transformed their business. They saw a significant improvement in product quality. Their lead times became more predictable.
Wow.
And communication became seamless.
It's amazing how much of an impact having the right supplier can have on a business.
It's huge. And because they were working so closely with their supplier, they were able to co-create new product innovations and expand their customization options even further.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
The supplier benefits from having a committed customer,
Right.
and Scribble and Dot benefits from having a reliable partner who can help them grow and evolve.
Exactly. It's a beautiful example of the synergy that can happen when you find the right supplier.
Okay, so we've seen how crucial the right supplier partnership can be
Yeah.
for a business like Scribble and Dot. Let's move on to our next case study, which involves a company called Gear.
Okay.
They specialize in personalized tech accessories, like custom phone cases, laptop skins, and tablet covers.
I see them everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Gear faced a different set of challenges. They needed a supplier who could handle high-volume production
Okay.
while still offering a wide range of customization options to their customers.
So they needed the best of both worlds. Mass production capabilities and the flexibility to create unique, personalized products.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they also needed a supplier who was agile enough to keep pace with the ever-changing trends in the tech world. New phones, tablets, and laptops are coming out all the time, and they needed a partner who could adapt quickly.
I see. So they were looking for a unicorn supplier.
They were. It was a challenge.
Yeah.
But after a lot of research and due diligence, they found a supplier who'd invested heavily in automation and digital printing technologies. This allowed them to offer thousands of different design combinations and to produce custom orders quickly and efficiently.
Wow.
It's amazing how technology can be a game changer in the world of customizable products.
Absolutely. And Gear didn't stop there. They also implemented a sophisticated online design tool that allowed customers to create their own personalized products right on their website.
Oh, I love that giving customers the power to design their own products is brilliant.
It's so smart.
It not only makes the experience more fun and engaging,
Right.
but it also takes some of the pressure off of Gear's design team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And helped to set them apart from the competition.
So Gear's case study highlights the importance of embracing technology and finding a supplier who's not only capable, but also forward-thinking and adaptable.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that the world of sourcing is constantly evolving.
Yes.
And we need to stay on top of the latest advancements to be successful.
These case studies we've explored have been incredibly insightful.
Yeah, they have.
They've shown us the diverse range of businesses that are thriving in the world of customizable products.
Right.
From small startups to large corporations, from notebooks to tech accessories. What are some of the key takeaways that you hope our listeners will walk away with today?
I think the biggest takeaway is that success in this space requires careful planning,
Okay.
strategic sourcing,
Mhm.
and a deep understanding of your target market.
Okay.
What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are they looking for that they can't find anywhere else?
It's about really getting into the minds of your customers and understanding what makes them tick.
Exactly. And then it's about finding a supplier who can help you bring that vision to life. A partner who shares your values, your commitment to quality, and your passion for creating something truly special.
It's about forging those strong collaborative partnerships that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding someone who can make the product. It's about finding someone who's invested in your success.
That's what it all boils down to, finding those partners who are as passionate about your vision as you are.
Well, expert speaker, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
We have.
And I have to say, I'm feeling incredibly inspired.
Me too.
It's amazing to see the creativity and innovation that's happening in the world of sourcing and customizable products.
It's clear that customization is more than just a trend. It's a fundamental shift in how consumers are engaging with brands and products, and it's only going to become more important in the years to come.
So as we wrap up today, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. The journey of sourcing customizable products is a continuous one.
It is.
It's about staying curious, embracing new ideas, and always striving to improve your processes.
And it's about remembering that your suppliers are more than just vendors. They're your partners in success. So treat them with respect, nurture those relationships, and collaborate to create something truly amazing.
What a fantastic way to end our deep dive, expert speaker. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us today.
It's been my pleasure. And to our listeners, remember, go forth, be bold, and never stop exploring the possibilities of sourcing and customization.
That's right. The only limit is your imagination. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into sourcing customizable products like a pro.